Procrastination is the silent thief of time, the invisible barrier that stands between dreams and reality, the deceptive force that convinces a person that tomorrow is always an option when in truth, tomorrow is never guaranteed. It is the comfortable cushion that many rest upon, thinking that they have all the time in the world, yet every moment wasted is a moment that will never return. The habit of postponing action, delaying decisions, and hesitating at the threshold of opportunity has destroyed more visions than failure itself, because failure at least means an attempt was made, but procrastination is the refusal to even begin. It is the indulgence of fear, the embrace of doubt, and the surrender to uncertainty. The mind convinces itself that the conditions are not right, that more preparation is needed, that perfection must be attained before the first step is taken. Yet all great achievements in history were birthed not in perfect conditions, but in moments of courageous action. Moments where individuals defied hesitation and moved forward despite the unknown. Procrastination does not just delay action, it weakens confidence, it drains passion, and it conditions the mind to accept stagnation as a norm. When an idea is not acted upon, it begins to lose its urgency, the fire begins to dim, and what was once a burning desire becomes a distant memory. The greatest danger of procrastination is not just the loss of time, but the loss of potential. For every great invention, every groundbreaking achievement, every historical shift was executed by those who refused to wait for the perfect time, but created the time by acting immediately. Procrastination keeps people in a cycle of preparation without execution, always planning but never producing, always dreaming but never doing, always hoping but never stepping out in faith. It is the deception of the mind that assumes there will always be a second chance, but life does not promise second chances, and opportunities do not knock indefinitely. The habit of action must be cultivated through discipline, through intentionality, through the refusal to let fear dictate decisions, through the conscious choice to take the first step even when the full path is not visible. Mastering the habit of action requires a shift in mindset, a rejection of the excuses that often accompany inaction, and a commitment to executing ideas with urgency. There must be an understanding that every delay weakens momentum, every hesitation creates resistance, and every postponed task builds a wall between a person and their destiny. The mind must be trained to respond to ideas with movement, to discipline itself to act immediately rather than waiting for inspiration to strike. Inspiration is not the fuel of action, action is the fuel of inspiration. The moment an idea is acted upon, energy is released, momentum is gained, and clarity increases. Many wait for motivation, yet motivation is the byproduct of movement, not the precursor to it. A person must move first, must take a step, must break the cycle of delay, and as they do, the mind begins to align with action rather than hesitation. The habit of action is not built overnight, but it is built through consistency, through daily decisions to reject delay, through small acts of discipline that accumulate into a lifestyle of movement. It begins with the commitment to act immediately on small things, responding to a task without postponement, executing an idea without hesitation. These small acts of movement condition the mind to associate ideas with action, breaking the cycle of passive thinking and replacing it with a proactive mindset. Many think they need more knowledge before they start, yet knowledge without action is useless. Wisdom without application is wasted, and understanding without execution is powerless. Action must be prioritized over perfection, movement over hesitation, and execution over planning, because the greatest achievements in life do not come from those who knew everything before they began, but from those who dared to begin before they knew everything. The key to breaking procrastination is urgency, and urgency is a mindset, a way of seeing time not as an endless resource, but as a fleeting opportunity that must be seized. A person must train themselves to see every moment as valuable, every idea as a call to action, every goal as a responsibility rather than an option. It requires self-leadership, the ability to command oneself to move when every fiber of the body wants to delay. True leadership is not the ability to lead others. It is first the ability to lead oneself, to master the discipline of immediate execution, to command the body and mind to move even when comfort calls for delay. The greatest leaders are not those with the best ideas, but those who execute the ideas they have. Those who move with urgency. Those who refuse to allow procrastination to rob them of their destiny. Mastering the habit of action is mastering the discipline of life itself, for success is not built in the future. It is built in the daily decisions of today. Momentum is the force that turns small beginnings into unstoppable movements, the energy that transforms a single step into a journey of greatness, the invisible power that makes success seem effortless to those who have mastered the habit of action. Without momentum, even the best ideas remain stagnant, even the greatest plans remain unfulfilled, and even the most ambitious dreams fade into frustration. Momentum is what separates those who start and stop from those who keep moving until they achieve their goals. It is not talent, intelligence, or luck that determines success. It is the ability to sustain forward movement, to keep taking action even when the initial excitement fades, to push through obstacles with unwavering determination. Momentum does not come from waiting for the perfect time. It comes from taking the first step and allowing that step to fuel the next. The moment a person moves, energy is released, and that energy makes the next move easier. It is the law of inertia in action. An object at rest tends to stay at rest, and an object in motion tends to stay in motion. This applies to life, business, relationships, and every pursuit of greatness. Those who hesitate, who constantly start and stop, who second-guess every decision, never build enough momentum to break through limitations. But those who act consistently, who keep moving despite uncertainty, create a force that propels them forward, making what once seemed difficult become effortless over time. Momentum is built through consistency, through daily action, through refusing to allow inactivity to set in. It is like pushing a heavy wheel. At first, it takes great effort to move, but once it begins rolling, it requires far less energy to keep going. Many fail not because they lack ability, but because they stop too soon, never pushing long enough to reach the point where momentum takes over. The key to sustaining momentum is refusing to break the cycle of action, refusing to let comfort slow progress, refusing to allow discouragement to stop movement. The moment action stops, resistance builds, and what was once easy becomes difficult again. Every time a person stops and restarts, they lose time, energy, and confidence, but those who stay in motion create a rhythm of success that becomes unstoppable. Momentum turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers because it removes the greatest obstacle to success: hesitation. When a person is in motion, there is no time to doubt, no space for overthinking, no opportunity for fear to take root. Action keeps the mind focused, the body engaged, and the spirit determined. The habit of action creates momentum, and momentum makes progress inevitable. Those who succeed are not those who wait for motivation, but those who create motivation by moving forward every single day. Discipline is the bridge between intention and achievement, the foundation upon which all success is built, the invisible force that turns dreams into reality. Without discipline, even the greatest plans remain unfulfilled, the most ambitious goals remain distant, and the strongest desires fade into disappointment. Discipline is what separates those who talk about success from those who actually achieve it. It is not about talent, intelligence, or luck. It is about the ability to control oneself, to do what needs to be done, even when emotions, circumstances, and distractions try to pull in a different direction. Execution does not happen by chance. It happens through disciplined action, through the commitment to follow through regardless of how one feels. Feelings are temporary, but discipline is constant. Those who rely on feelings to determine their actions will always struggle with inconsistency because emotions change, motivation fades, and inspiration is unpredictable. But discipline is a decision, a commitment to act no matter what. It is the ability to move forward despite fatigue, to work when distractions call for attention, to push through discomfort because the goal is greater than the temporary hardship. Discipline is not a restriction, it is the pathway to freedom. It is the force that allows a person to take control of their time, their actions, and their future. Those who lack discipline are controlled by external circumstances, but those who master discipline dictate the direction of their lives. The world does not reward potential, it rewards execution. And execution is impossible without discipline. It is the ability to set a course and stick to it, to develop habits that reinforce action, to structure life in a way that removes the option of inaction. Mastering the habit of action is impossible without mastering discipline. The disciplined person does not wait for perfect conditions. They create progress through consistency. They wake up and do what needs to be done, regardless of how they feel. They refuse to make excuses, to allow distractions to slow them down, to permit laziness to take over. They understand that success is not achieved in a single moment, but in the daily decision to execute, to persist, to keep moving forward, even when progress seems slow. Execution is the result of discipline, and discipline is the foundation upon which every great achievement is built.